Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, guys. Is Bitcoin bearish? Are we doomed? We've actually been going down during today for basically several hours, almost testing the lows from Friday. We're getting a pretty nice bounce at the moment. Let me know if you guys can hear me, you can see me, and make sure to absolutely destroy that like button on your way in, guys. I can see already 15 likes. You guys are absolutely awesome. Make sure to just smash that like button. We are going to go through some technical analysis here on Bitcoin. And, without further ado, let's just dive in straight into the chart. Let me just crop this so you guys can see the charts very nicely. We're getting a little bit of a bounce at the moment, but Bitcoin has been quite bearish during the day. I'm going to say hello to the beautiful community, guys, right away. And let's put a little bit of music on the background. I'm going to go quickly through the comment section, say hello to that beautiful community. We'll be analyzing the charts right away. How is everybody doing, guys? Hope you're doing fantastic. My goodness. I got into a long trade, was in a loss. It's kind of recovering right now. Could we manage to get above $67,000? We finally got resistance from the previous video that we had, right? The previous live stream, we were talking about the resistance zone. I was waiting for a possible breakout, but that value area low was just a huge, massive wall of resistance. My goodness. I was hoping that we could get a breakout and then see the next wave, see if it was going to be a corrective wave and move to the upside. We had a possible trading setup mentioned on the stream saying, hey, this is resistance. We have a clear invalidation, which is getting above the $67,000 range. Were you here on that previous live stream? We mentioned this short position. We had a bit of wiki here just after the live stream above those levels, but we mentioned basically that level of resistance here, which was the value area low of this entire trading range in between May and June. The good thing about this is, hey, this is resistance. If we do manage to push through here, could we just get a liquidity grab from that lower high and then come down and you're getting stopped out? Maybe yes. However, it's an invalidation. If you do start breaking above here, the point of control of the range in between March and June, and you do get that breakout here, then you have a high chance that, hey, this is probably going to get some momentum to the upside. So overall, you had an invalidation point here to get into a short position. It was definitely a scenario. You have invalidation here at the $67,200 range, and you're aiming for those lows. Now, we slightly front-runned those lows that we formed on Friday, getting a pretty nice bounce of $800 right now, $800 plus. It is rare to actually come this close to a low and then basically create a front run and recover. It is very, very rare. It happens like 1 every 10 times that you come too close to a low without taking it, and then you basically front run it and you leave. Very rare that happens, but it does happen, right? We just need to take it into consideration. Overall, this short trading setup, explaining you the invalidation points, how to manage your risk, potentially to come and claim that low, because there was 2 scenarios here. This is impulsive. This is very corrective. I don't think the bulls are going to have a chance here to make this an impulsive wave. And there is an invalidation, which is basically at the highs of the impulsive move, right? Not even at the highs from the impulsive move, like we mentioned here on the live stream that we had yesterday. Getting into that possible short here at the 66,500, 600 range, and looking to come back down to the lows here at 65K. So today, we're going to analyze this local situation and understand what the heck is going on, because it's been a very, very complex range for me. No doubt, okay, these last few days haven't been the greatest. Basically, the last 2 days, very, very complex. We're looking at this corrective structure to end at some point and form a wave here to the upside, either impulsive or either corrective. It doesn't matter. We'll be analyzing very carefully that recovery. This is why I think that, looking for long positions here at this range is acceptable if you know how to manage risk, of course. Looking for the long positions here, or either coming down to claim that low at $64,600, which is our favorite low position to get a quick swing failure pattern. Could we hit that level? I mean, that level is still there on the chart. Alerts are set just in case it happens during the night or during the morning when I'm not in front of the chart. You know, that level is there to take that trading setup. So I'm going to go through the comment section, quickly say hello to the beautiful community, and then we'll go through the different scenarios here on Bitcoin, because as we formed a higher low here, which, hey, let's be honest, Bitcoin is in a downtrend. We hitting big major resistance here yesterday at the $67,000 range, right? Slightly below. Big resistance, value area low. It is the point of control from March to June, right? This level is just very, very strong resistance, right? You've got that high volume node. It's like mission impossible for the price of Bitcoin to break through that level. Point of control, value area low from the last few weeks in between May and June. My goodness, we got a big rejection here, and we started dropping today very aggressively to have an attempt in testing the low. But when we do zoom in on the chart, on the lower time frame, we created a slight front run. We were just about a few dollars, right? Give or take $10, $20, depending on the exchange that you're looking at, to hit the low. So, you know, could we form a lower high right there and come back down and claim that low? Absolutely, yes. It is definitely a possibility. But if we formed a higher low right there, this has a chance to be either a wave B or a wave 2. It's very rare to hit the 0.88 for a wave 2, but it is possible. So we just need to go with the possibilities right now in the next coming minutes and talk about some different scenarios that could happen for Bitcoin, because I still think, right, major levels, if we roll back down from here to the lows, there is a trading plan here, and there is also some trading plans over here, and I'm going to explain them on this live stream. Okay, so I want you to pay full attention. We'll be talking about some setups, whether they're high probability or low probability. It doesn't matter. Just like this one that was mentioned yesterday. Before yesterday, we also mentioned a short position that played out very nicely, managing risk very, very well, which was right over here at this consolidation at $67,400. Then we got this one from yesterday. We are going to talk about setups and scenarios, okay, just like we have been doing on the previous streams. Let's go through the comment section. First of all, I want to say hello to the community. We got Aditya here, moderator. How are you doing, my man? Thank you very much for joining the stream. Daniel, Marazzi, Colin, Andreas. Hey, how are you doing? Andreas, how are you? Great name. Paul, Andrew, consolidation, then another drop. BlackRock shorting to $40,000, says Paul. Wow. We got insane amount of news as well that I want to talk about. Give it to us, says Rud. No trap, it's just going to $40,000, says Paul. Very possible, very, very possible, without a doubt. On the higher time frame, wow, $40,000, yeah, would be coming all the way down to basically when the ETF got approved. I'm not too sure if we are going to come as low as $40,000. I would say that it is going to be coming down to $40,000. Once we break all-time high and get a rejection, then I would say, okay, guys, you know, maybe now is the time. But right now, with the huge amount of liquidity that we do have above $72,000 in all-time high, for me, it's very rare. With it, the market structure is still bullish. I think this is just another corrective move. We could come to lower levels, yes, no doubt. But overall, the market structure is still bullish, right? When we zoom out, the corrective move hasn't been that much, right? We kind of panicking. Even I am panicking right now. Look at my thumbnail, right? Bad. Oh my goodness, we're just going down. When you zoom out, right, this corrective move seems very shallow. I would rather see something like this. And then I'm like, okay, now we're getting a pullback in the bull run, guys. Now this is looking interesting to start buying some Bitcoin, right? Or look for some swing long positions depending on the price action that is formed. This corrective move, my goodness, this has to be very, very small for the amount of panic that there is, out there in comment sections on Twitter. people are actually feeling a little bit bearish with this movement down that we've had during the last few days. But when we zoom out, my goodness, this is just such a baby pullback. So I would want to know, why do you believe that we are going to be hitting $40,000 potentially in the coming weeks, right? If you're saying that, you know, $40,000 is next, I think we're likely going to get above all-time high before coming as low, okay? Market structure is still very, very bullish in my opinion. We missed the top again, says Simeon. We will see each other in 2-4 years. Wow, a lot of bearish sentiment, guys. I'm going to ask a poll here on the community before we continue with the technical analysis and the possible setups that I do see available, like this one right over here. Regardless, I was waiting for a breakout for me to get into a trading setup. This actually did play out pretty nicely, right? Managing risk very well, acknowledging the levels of invalidation, which was $67,280 approximately, looking to come back down to the lows. We're going to be talking about some setups here right now, giving the explanation as well in this live stream, okay? So you know what I need for that. I need a big thumbs up, okay? Smash up the like button and just stay tuned till we look for those trading opportunities, because we look for trading opportunities and setups here. So no trap, says Paul. Let me quickly continue with the comment section. Wow. Whew. Right, paying attention to the ascending triangle forming on the daily since February 26, with a convergence of the monthly and weekly close at 0.78 Fibonacci, all at the same point around 60K. Whew. Yeah, I wish I could do the analysis on that text, that description, that comment that you just said. So BlackRock doesn't want to pay $70,000 per coin, says Paul Andrew. Yeah, no doubt. We have a lot of bullish news, guys, that I want to go through here after we do the Bitcoin analysis, okay? Because there's, so many different things that we need to take into consideration on the higher time frame. BlackRock is not the only, even though he looks like, even though you might think he's the only investor, fund manager out there, no doubt he's the number one, right? They do have over $10 trillion in assets. So no doubt they are the biggest player, right? Regarding ETFs. But they're not the only ones. We need to know that. So let's go. I'll go through the comment section later on, guys. Bear trap, says Frank. Frank says it is a bear trap. It is very rare to claim, to front run those lows. Very rare. This happens once every 10 times, right? This is very, very rare that you just get so close to the lows without taking them and then get the front run. I've been a little bit of a cheeky trader and got into a small long position at this level just because the risk to reward is huge. Just because, if we were to front run this low over here, thanks to some local bullish CVD divergence, I'm aiming at well above $67,000 and I will be protecting that position. It's a small, short, long position that I did take here on 𝗖𝗍𝗃, and I'm in another long position that was in the loss. I deleveraged, which was here, basically on Bitcoin as well, looking for these lows to be claimed and get a recovery. But I was, stop loss at the low, and this was basically a possibility of forming a higher low right there, speculating on either a wave B or a wave 2. I don't care if it's a B or a 2. I'm just looking for this explosive third wave, and this is where I'm speculating on this potential move. Managing risk very, very well. Low capital, low leverage. You get the deal, guys. I'm not looking for an epic trade to make life-changing money. It all adds up at the end of the day, right? So the main reason of getting into a long position either here or either here, right? Front running this level, and this long position that I took right over here on 𝗞𝗄 was just because maybe these bullish CVD divergence are going to save the day. And this is something that I was talking about in the Legends trading community, saying, guys, I'm underwater. Stop loss is beneath the low from Friday. Maybe we're not going to form a higher low here. Maybe this is not going to form a higher low, and we're just going to start we're going to take the low. We've been forming very aggressive bearish CVD divergence on Bybit. On Bybit, we've just continued to form higher highs on the CVD, lower highs, claiming the low, then again, higher highs on the CVD, lower highs on the price action, claiming the low again. So it's been just a consistent bearish CVD divergence party on Bybit, not helping. Bybit people are, wanting to long, and just getting the lows being claimed again and again. However, during the last few hours, we have seen a lot of people on the exchanges shorting at the lows, where you're forming massive lower lows here locally during the last 1 to 2 hours, and you're actually forming higher lows locally on the price action. And for me was, hey, this either pumps from here or it takes the low. I don't care. It doesn't matter. However, when you're looking at a bit of a hopium, it's all about the risk management. If I take a long position here, my stop loss is here. If this recovers and ends up in a big third wave or a C wave, the profits are going to be insane compared to your stop loss. So it's kind of worth risking 2 peanuts here to gain, 16 peanuts, right? So it was like we take it here or we don't. And I love taking these kind of setups, even though I know that probabilities are against me. Probabilities are against me, until we formed these local bullish CVD divergence. You got a lot of people on exchanges shorting the market, okay, at the last minute just before taking the low, and they kind of trapping all of those short positions that have entered late right now with this pump. And, if this starts getting aggressive and people basically shorted late and they're just going to add to their position on their pump, and then the market starts pumping very aggressively because you're going to, there is a possibility in forming that. It doesn't matter, either a third wave or a C wave, right? You formed a higher low here. So the chance is there. And if you manage to break above $67,000, then the breakout should be quite aggressive. Why? Because you're breaking a major resistance zone. This is the resistance that we mentioned yesterday. This resistance, it's not to dance around. This resistance is to get a big breakout of over $1,000. You need to smash through the level if the bulls want to break above this level of resistance. Why? Because it's the value area low of this trading range in between May and June. It is also the point of control from the entire consolidation that we've had in between March and May. I know you're tired of me of repeating the same thing, but it's just a big resistance area. And if we do manage to break through here, the move will be relatively punchy, okay? I do think that we could get all the way above $68,000. So this small position for me is, I'm not going to take profit here. It's a $100 in profit. If it does get to $68,000, then yeah, it's a few $100s that, I would get in profit out of this. For me, it's not worth taking profit here. I would rather get stopped out before taking some profits here from this small little position. Now, legends. 𝗬cie is very low on fees. If you are interested in trading, you do have the link down below in the description. It is one of my favorites. I've got Bybit being my #1 crypto trading platform. You also have 𝗬cie and Bluffing, which, Bluffing is going to be no KYC, no identification, no nothing, just an email and a password. And Bluffing has the highest bonus available. $80,000 deposit bonus just by signing up with a link in the description. You'll be getting airdrops on your platform, okay? On your futures account as you trade on that platform, okay? Check it out, guys. Bluffing is a great exchange, gaining in popularity, and you got the biggest bonus available. Let's go right away through the scenarios here, because it makes sense. It does make sense for a possible recovery. I'm going to talk about some levels, some scenarios. There are some scenarios and some levels, right? Because we do not want to be late, right? If we do break through, above $67,000, which is that value area low from this consolidation that we've had during May and June. Is that the moment you're going to be bullish? Are you going to be bullish when you break out, when you've seen the movement happen? Or are you going to try and speculate here to catch here a possible B wave or or a second wave, right? Before the move happens, because when the price looks bullish, I want to take profits from my long position and I want to take into consideration a short. So the short that I'm taking here into consideration is going to be very interesting. Very interesting indeed if the price manages to go above. By the way, the S&P 500 is absolutely ripping through all-time high. S&P 500, NASDAQ, they're doing their own thing, right? All-time high, all-time high. Stock market, all-time high, all-time highs every single week. So they're just doing their own thing, and Bitcoin wants to copy them. Bitcoin wants to recover. What we do see here on Bitcoin, pay attention, because I don't want to come on the next video and say, look, we talk about several setups. One of them is going to play out, obviously, depending on how we react at certain levels, just like this one that we talked about yesterday. I mean, if you had your take profit at the lows, your take profit was not hit. So yeah, this should be protected, and it might turn into a break-even trade if we continue to the upside. This trade should not be in a loss, should not turn into a loss if you did not take profit, as we did not claim the low, which is very, very rare. Okay, very, very rare to front run that low. So let's talk about the possibilities and the trading setups that I'm looking at here. Just say that the price suddenly gets a massive recovery, because we could just get a lower high here and roll down back to the lows. Okay, no doubt it is definitely a scenario. We are in a downtrend, we're forming lower highs, so I don't want to get people bullish, right over here in the middle of this range that we formed during the last couple of days. What I want you to get ready is when the movement happens, when the price gets a movement out of this area, either to the upside or to the downside, to get ready at certain specific levels. Because when the price is moving aggressively with volatility, you don't want to jump in on that volatility. You want to have your levels of confluence on the chart to be ready to take that trading decision. So if we do form a higher low here, just say that we do form a higher low right there, and we do manage to test the highs here from today, and we break through from them, right? What is the projected move? Where could the move end up? We're going to zoom in on the 1 hourly time frame, and one of my favorite tools is the Fibonacci extension. When we take a look at the Fibonacci extension from that pivot low of Friday, and we extend it to the pivot high of today, with this corrective move that has happened all the way down, almost claiming those lows from Friday, and we reverse this to take a look at the extension moves, the 1.618 is a very, very common one, either for a third wave or either for a C wave, even though it's extremely rare to form a second wave like this, guys. Just a few dollars away from the low. It is likely that this low is going to be claimed. Okay, let me just be honest here. It's very, very rare that you would see this moving up from here, front running just by a few dollars that low from Friday. Okay, but it's possible. So if we were to get that move, I'm eyeing the 1.618 extension. The 1.618 extension here would be at the $68,100 range. That is where we do also have a daily level at that range. And if we take a look at Fibonacci retracement from the pivot high here, right, the local drop that we had since last Wednesday, that is where we would take a look at Fibonacci, right? It's a clear downtrend move right there. Take a look at Fibonacci from this pivot to that pivot low of Friday. We do have the 61865 Fibonacci, where we have the daily and the 1.618 extension, right, from this possible move. 68,000 to 68,300, big resistance level, Could it manage to get a push to the upside just to claim that wick here from Thursday, which is sitting at $68,500? Absolutely yes. This is a zone where the price has high probability in getting a pullback. Okay? That is an incredible level, guys, that I am paying attention to get that reaction and that pullback. Okay? We're looking for confluence levels, checking out the waves, the possibilities, and the levels of confluence where the price could get a rejection. And that $68,000 zone is definitely a zone that we want to take into consideration. If we take a look at the high here from last Friday at $72,000 and we pull a Fibonacci retracement down, we have the 50% Fibonacci at 68,500. That is in confluence with that lower high created here from last Thursday. 68,500. I like it. I like it. We do have a little bit of fib retracement confluence. I mean, the 618 from that pivot high of last Wednesday at $70,000 down to the low. 618 Fibonacci is slightly lower, but it's the zone. This is the zone. It is the zone for the price to get a reaction, either a swing failure pattern. You're forming here a third wave extension to the 1.618. This is the level that you would want to see that pullback, either in a swing failure pattern level, to get a few $100s of a pullback because of the timing, because of the waves. High probability in getting a pullback here. I would be eyeing the VWAP. Okay, if you're looking for that day trade. VWAP, likely wherever VWAP is going to be for that target zone, you're just likely going to get a pretty nice retracement from this zone. I am going to take profits from the long here. I will not become extremely bullish and I will not long this level. I will be looking for that reaction, swing failure pattern for that pullback to get into a trading setup. So that is a level that I really like here, guys. Really, really nice. Really, really nice level. 68 to 68,500. I mean, if you do come up to 68,500, even better. You got the 50% from the drop, and that is kind of taking you to the max extension from what's happened basically during the last couple of days. Getting well above the 1.618, to be honest. Maybe reaching the 2, but yeah. It's the rejection point. It is the rejection point right over here at 68,000, okay? 68,500 range. Would be nice to claim that high and get the swing failure pattern. Get the wick high, boom, get the loss of the level, sniper short, stop loss, and get into that pretty decent pullback. And I would be targeting the VWAP and potentially the value area low of the range. I mean, this pullback could be pretty aggressive. It would be very, very rare that this ends up in a third wave. You're retracing down. We're going to have to be looking at the retracement here, because if the retracement is going to be very, very shallow, very long here in a very three-wavy structure, I'm going to say that is bullish. That is bullish. If we do start forming a nice bullish pennant like this after the breakout above this value area low, and I'm going to say, hey, this is probably a third wave and we're forming a fourth wave, I would consider taking a long position in between the 382 50% Fibonacci from that possible pump that could be created. Okay, so obviously you do not want to overlap that first wave unless you're going to form a diagonal structure, which then loses probabilities. We do not want to get back below the value area low of this trading zone and overlap this pivot high. You would want to stay above it, to then get the next leg up. And if this were to be the case, then this is going to be looking very bullish. If we move to the upside right now in the next coming days, in a 5-wave structure, it's going to be looking good. It's going to be looking very, very good. There's no longer, we're no longer going to be counting this as a B wave or any of that, because you'll be forming very, very strong 5 waves to the upside. There's no B wave here to be formed. This will be the end possibly of this corrective structure, and you're just forming the first wave up in a 5-wave move here, and then you're just continuing to the upside. So if we were to form 5 waves to the upside in the next couple of days, it's going to be looking very interesting for a corrective structure to be a wave 2, and then look for the impulsive move to continue. Let's go through the comment section. Bearish case scenario is, Andy, stop smoking crack and stay real. We are in a downtrend. Your technical analysis is just a bunch of BS, and the price ain't going to go to $68,000. Wake up. Bitcoin is bearish. BlackRock is selling. And we are going to go sub $65,000 in the next coming hours, maybe. And I'm going to say, yeah, okay, it is possible. It is definitely possible. And we're probably going to come down below $65,000. Then what are the levels that we need to take into consideration? This is a very, very, very complex zone, no doubt, where we could get a big major drop. And if we do not swing failure pattern from this pivot low that was created here on the 16th of May, which is my favorite level, to be honest, to get into, even if it's a scalp long and we pump $400, I don't care. I'm going to long that level unless I'm sleeping. This level over here is a higher low from a major pump, and we have the Fibonacci retracement confluence from the 2 pivots, right? 50% and the 618, right? Big confluence at that level of Fibonacci retracement, and you got that classic higher low from after a major pump. So that's a level that I am eyeing here, without a doubt. I like that level. However, there is extreme danger. This could just get a quick reaction pump. You need to be, I would be relatively fast and manage risk, unless the price starts moving down, doing another kind of a double bottom, similar to what we formed today, to consider a swing long trade. But the first touch is going to be a scalp. I'm very much aware of a dead cat bounce and then coming back down to that level. And depending on how that level is tested, we might break through or double bottom, right? We don't know. So the reason why that there is risk here is when the price of Bitcoin or any asset moves fast without leaving high volume nodes on the chart, big consolidations, the price moves as fast to the other side. What the heck are you talking about? What do you mean about that? Well, basically, you don't leave any high volume levels of support. So look at this price action that happened right over here in March. You got a major pump, consolidation. Once you get through here from the lows, you had a major collapse down. Same scenario, I don't know, here, it's full of them. It's everywhere. It happens all the time. You get a major drop without leaving any big consolidation, right? What happens when the price reverses? You just form a V shape. Because why? Because you haven't left a high volume consolidation level of resistance. So as you come down very fast, you could come as fast to the upside because you haven't been forming ranges where you can have those high volume nodes to provide support and resistance. So the thing about this movement to the upside, there is danger. There's danger for the price to actually come down to sub $60,000 because you have a fast move, right, happening between $61,000 all the way up to $66,000. You only have this higher low to form a quick swing failure pattern that might be just a quick little bounce of a few $100s. If you lose this level successfully because you have left no consolidation in this pump that happened between the 15th and the 16th of May, because you haven't left any consolidation and a good high volume node, you have the danger of the price just absolutely collapsing from this level. Okay, so there could be a big major pullback here to fill this major pump, because that's what happens when you get big moves like this. You have big moves to the upside when you haven't left a large consolidation, right? You just form big movements, as you can see. Big move down, big move up, big move down. You have a big move up here, so there is danger of getting a major drop here if you lose that $64,600 successfully. So there's a little bit of a tricky zone, but overall a little swing failure pattern from that level is definitely acceptable, guys. I like it. I like that level for a quick long scalp. What goes around comes around, says Elemental. Smash the like for an awesome education, says Cryptic. Hey, my brother, thank you very much. Just pure education here. As always, we try to look for some setups. Just like the one here yesterday. It was not my favorite, but we had an invalidation above the previous day value area low. Above the value area low of the range between May and June. You know, the scenario was there. It wasn't my favorite. It has to be said. It has to be said that this was not my favorite scenario. I wanted to break out and then look for the levels like the ones mentioned today and the pullbacks. But it was there. You know, hey, we are hitting major resistance. We formed a little bit of a three-wave structure to the upside. So it would make sense that you could be forming here an ABC, right? An ABC, boom, you're starting to be impulsive to the downside. However, this move that we've had today, this doesn't look very impulsive at all. The way we've moved down has been extremely choppy. It really does look very, very corrective. You know, when we want movements to the downside, I want something like this. I want bad boys like boom, bang, bring the price down. Not, this is kind of absorbing all of the short positions that are entering the market to just get them wrecked. However, we did have a lot of people on Bybit, right? You had a lot of bearish, CVD divergence here locally happening during the day. You had the CVD here, a lot of people on Bybit, a lot of traders on Bybit trying to long this corrective move. I was one of them. Trying to long here this corrective move, and you just saw big movements to the upside here, bang on the CVD, bang, and you were just still continuing to form lower highs as you were forming internal higher highs on the CVD, which is not helping, of course. The price was just bang, back down to the low, bang, back down to the low. However, these small little bullish CVD divergence formed on the rest of exchanges did save the day. You had a lot of people selling at the lows, and I think there's a lot of people, because when you get close to the lows, right, a lot of people are like, okay, this is it. We're going to claim the low. Let's just short here, right? It's like it's a win-win, right? We're in a downtrend, right? We're just going to claim that low. Let's just jump into some shorts and just take the profits as we claim that low, just in case we just have a liquidity grab and move up. So, you know what? That's kind of what happened, because you can see that reflected on the CVD. You're suddenly having a huge amount of selling orders entering here in the market, basically at 65,200 and 65,300. You got extreme lower lows on Binance, OKX, the rest of exchanges, and basically they were absorbed, and they got, the price got a pump of over $800 during the last couple of hours. So not always not the greatest strategy to short here. Even though you might think, okay, we're in a downtrend, right? We're in a downtrend, boom, boom, we retrace up, I'm shorting, I'm looking to target the lows, it's going to happen, and then you create that front run. These market makers, they do make it difficult, right? I was saying, look, we're just likely going to claim the low, and this has just been a quick short squeeze from very aggressive short positions happening in this level, and then we just might get resistance here and roll down. However, for me, this is a no trade zone at the moment, as we've come so low here. It's very, very messy. We're in the middle right now, and I would say, I don't know if this is going to happen or this is going to happen. I would rather get out of this mess and get into a new fresh zone, right? Fresh levels where we can get an instant trade setup, like the ones mentioned just 10 minutes ago, right? Keeping it real, Andy. Keeping it honest. Good info, Andy. Juicebox, thank you very much for that kind comment. Been a great day of trading gold and BTC, says Candle Don't Lie. I'm in a slight loss here. I deleveraged from a long position, and it is there. Almost got stopped out. And then entered a cheeky long position based on the bullish CVD divergence. Like, hey, we either take the low, I get stopped out here in a minor loss, just, basically $30-$40. But if this pumps in the end, then it will be a few $100s, right? It's definitely worth it. When you're looking at the risk to reward, it's like I said, if you risk a few peanuts, right? If this were to end up, say, like I mentioned before, if this were to end up a higher low, which is, it's the probabilities are very low. If you are in a downtrend and you're so close in claiming those lows, you were just about $10 away from claiming it with the drop an hour ago. It's you just have a high probability that you're going to form a lower high here again, and you're just going to end up taking it. This is what usually happens in a downtrend, right? But having a little bit of hopium and having very good risk management, you can take a chance and say, hey, what if you don't take the low? Based on the bullish CVD divergence, you're going to start gaining some steam here, and then you suddenly do this, because you don't want to be bullish once this happens. You want to try and be in a long trade with a very small position that your stop loss has been a baby stop loss, and then you're making, you're risking 1 peanut and you're gaining 7 peanuts, and you're like, wow, I gained 7 peanuts and I only risked 1. So kind of that's how we need to look at money as peanuts, right? Candles don't lie. Nice, my brother. Good day trading Bitcoin and gold, he says. Congratulations, my man. Keep it up. Chop Chop says splash fire. Yes, sir. Keeping it real. Juice box. I am. I try to. I do try to. I love you guys. Genius. Decrypto. I'm far away from being a genius, my man. Yeah, not me. Much love, Decrypto. Love you too, my man. Guys, let's take a look at some interesting news that is happening worldwide. Shall we do that? Shall we do that? I've talked about, I will be timestamping the live stream later on, okay? Just for the setups, just for the levels, okay? We need a swing failure pattern, guys. If we do recover from here, I explained the scenario, but basically if we do get that swing failure pattern, what I would be looking at here is a potential short position here. And depending on that high, looking for a stop loss, I would be aiming for the VWAP. So I can't give a target zone here. Once we hit 68,400, 500 range, creating that swing failure pattern. But overall, we would want to see that high created, then the rejection, and in the rejection is when you're shorting. So we need that high. Right now it's very random. I don't know where that high is going to be, but there's a lot of confluence at that level. Okay, we talked about the extension. 618, it's close to that level, very close to that level, 68,300 range. We also have the 618 Fibonacci from this pivot high from Wednesday to the pivot low. It's slightly below the zone. It is slightly below. We've got even a better fib level, which is from the highs here at $72,000 created last Friday, which is exactly where we have that lower high. And close to the 618 extension from this move. Would be very rare for this to be a higher low right there and breakout. But if it does happen, we know that this impulsive move is going to find an end at the extension. Third waves or C waves usually are very powerful. They blow your socks off. I am speculating that we are going to get that extensive move, either in a C wave or a third wave. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's a third wave regardless, right? In a C or in a 3. So we need to understand where that level could top out. And the level where we could top out is the 68,400 range, right? Give or take a few $100s because of volatility. And if we take that high and reject from it, that is going to be my invalidation point for a stop loss. And look for that decent pullback. I mean, at least a 2-to-1. I would be eyeing VWAP. We need to pay attention to VWAP. Looking at the VWAP, wherever that is, no doubt it would be a take profit 1, depending on where it is. And yeah, the 382 50% Fibonacci from this pivot low to the pivot high that is created. We don't know where that pivot high is going to be. But yeah, that was 382 50% is going to be like the zone of take profit from that short trade. That is if we do get up there. So we might just roll down from here, as we are in a downtrend. The main reason why we could get a rally here is expanding diagonal structure that we talked about yesterday, which is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're forming a very, very complex expanding diagonal structure here in a 5-wave move. And what you're looking at here is the possibility of that 3-wave move to the upside, right? In an ABC. Likely to be an ABC instead of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More likely to be corrective if this were to happen. If we suddenly break down from here, then we just need to take into consideration that maybe this, expanding diagonal structure is different, and you're just forming a 5th wave right here, which was, we're just looking at something like this, but don't want to go down that rabbit hole because Elliott wave right now in this structure is just, getting me absolutely crazy. So that is basically it. We got one little small long scalp setup as well at the 64,600. That is only when the low is created. If you do get that recovery, there's only something, there's a bad thing about this long setup is that we got all of these lows created from the last few days, from Friday all the way till today, Monday. These lows are not going to help. They're not going to help because it's basically going to be resistance. If we do form a small little swing failure pattern, then even great. We got a nice long trigger. I would be at least targeting these lows because these lows, we've got support here, guys, today. So is this a swing failure pattern that's going to basically be the lows and going to go to all-time high? I'm going to say no. We got a lot of resistance above us. Take it as a scalp. We've found massive support at the $65,000 range. This is the zone where you want to take profits. Yeah, if you do get a reaction, because you might as well come down to that level and then just having a really massive recovery. Obviously, and if you're in that long position and there's no reaction at these lows and you're just getting above it, I would say, hey, hold on to that long. You might just get continuation to the upside in the next coming days. However, if you do get the resistance and you get the quick swing failure pattern and then you start doing this, at the $65,000, then I'll be like, hey guys, just take those profits. If you're getting a reaction here at the $65,000 after longing the 64,500, 600 range after the swing failure pattern, and you're getting a major choppiness here, you're getting that support turning into resistance, just get the heck out. Get the heck out because you're very likely just going to roll back down and test the lows. And then we'll go and check the next movement down. Will it be a double bottom? If it is a double bottom, then we're going to get into a long position, right? So yeah, let's go and continue through the comment section. I just want to continue to say, short to the ground, says 𝗞𝗔𝗺𝗃. It's not a great level now to short. Bulls could be kicking in, huh? S&P 500 has gone through the roof, baby. S&P 500 is at all-time high. It's going parabolic, and Bitcoin wants to try and follow the S&P 500. So shorting right now where we're currently at the moment on Bitcoin, I don't like it. If you want to short here, make sure to manage risk accordingly. I would like to know where is your stop loss, where is your invalidation. If this starts picking up now in the next, between today and tomorrow, you don't have any good invalidations here. I can tell you that after doing this, you should be careful with that short position. You do not want to short where we are right now. Let's take a look at S&P 500 that has got an absolute rocket up, up its backside. S&P 500 got a big massive rocket up its arse today during the last few hours, just smashing all-time high. It's in complete price discovery, and we're just going to let it do its own thing. Not really much to analyze on the S&P 500. Shall we take a look at some news, guys? There is big bullish news on Twitter. Obviously, Bitcoin Magazine, there's just also big bullishness, guys, on Bitcoin. We have a big breaking. Leaked emails show that Biden administration will be attending a Bitcoin and crypto roundtable in DC in July. Very bullish, very bullish. There is also an insane bullish tweet from someone that sounds legit. We'll go through that right away in just a few seconds, okay? We have $1 billion US dollar tether minted, $1 billion US dollar tether minted. This is usually bullish. They've been printing quite a few billion during the last few weeks, and it usually gives a little push to the upside in crypto when we see the tether printer go on. So we have rumors, I'm not sure how official this is, but for the moment it is rumors that Donald Trump likely to make Bitcoin legal tender in the US, just like El Salvador, if elected president. Do you think so? This guy used to hate cryptocurrency. He used to hate Bitcoin and crypto. Then he started with his own NFTs, right, a few years ago, and, started dipping his toes. It seems like he's probably going to, he knows that he's using this in his advantage, because he knows there's over 50 million Americans basically using, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency at the moment. That is, I think it's over 15% of Americans using Bitcoin and crypto. So he knows that he can use that in his advantage for the election. Biggest breaking ever in the world. We have Australia's largest stock exchange, ASX, has approved its first spot Bitcoin ETF. Now, Australia, largest stock exchange, nothing compared to US stock, but still something. It is still something. We, possibly going to start seeing some inflows on Australia's ETF. Week 23 update. We've had 8,595 Bitcoin last week sold by the US ETFs. So it was a little bit of a red week last week on the outflows. 8,595 Bitcoin. However, we have had, despite the net negative week, as you can see here, we have June is still up plus 17,134 Bitcoin, right? So it is a green month, but it's a red week. Overall, inflows are green for the moment. Wallets holding 10 or more Bitcoin have collectively just matched their same levels holding from exactly 2 years ago. So it is recovering. There is, these are shrimps. Basically, I'm in this category. I'm not a guy that holds more than 1,000 Bitcoin. I'm sorry. So I'm in the shrimp side. And basically they are recovering back up from those levels from 2 years ago. So there is a little bit of accumulation from wallets that are holding more than 10 Bitcoin. This is kind of bullish, right? We have Plan B, the famous Plan B, guys, with his stock to flow model. He says, I love this part of the bull market where some people become impatient, like a lot of people here in the comment section. A lot of people are saying it is over. See you in the next 2 or 4 years. Who's that character out there? Shout out to you, my friend. Where are you? You got him in here in the comment section saying Simeon, I think, yeah? Simeon, saying it is over. See you in the next 2 or 4 years. Very, very, we're getting a lot of bearish sentiment, no doubt. I can see it in the comment section. I can see it on Twitter as well. Not much, but you do see some bearish sentiment, and we do see it here also today in the comment section. My goodness, my thumbnail was a little bit of a, clickbaity, oh my goodness, bad because Bitcoin was dropping. But overall, obviously looking for long positions, right, on this pullback, not scared at all, and managing risk very well. So what we see here from Plan B, he says, people become impatient and others even think the bull market is over. And he says that he has 2020 vibes, meaning that, he says that, he has insane bullish predictions, but he says that we're very much on track. Okay. We're basically in the center from his stock to flow model. And, he says that we have 2020 vibes. You have actually people being a little bit bearish right now. And he's saying, hey, we are just in the beginning stages. People are getting bearish. Calm down. We're just consolidating, reaccumulating at the all-time highs. Any pullbacks is a given. Taking a look here at Maria Lau Porter, thank you very much for the super chat. Before we go through the rest of the news, I'm going to go through that comment. 3 years ago, I found Andy on YouTube and I'm still here. I learned trading from scratch from him. Thank you, Andy, for sharing your knowledge with so much patience. You have already changed my life. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry right now. Mariela, stop it. Yeah, much love to you, Mariela. I will say hello to you after the stream, of course, in the group that we do have. Very much appreciated. Very kind words. I've been here for many years. And those words make me very, very happy. You've just made my day. Thank you very much. No need for the super chat. But overall, I will send it back to you in Tether if you want, or Bitcoin. Thank you very much, Maria. Those kind words make me very, very happy indeed. Much love to you. I hope that you are doing very, very well there in New Zealand, if you are still there, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, let's go back here. Dan Crypto Trades here. Shout out to him on Twitter. Says the CME gap is now closed. It is now filled. So we had a CME gap here. I'm not very much of a CME gap fan, but we did come much lower from this from this CME gap. So he was basically saying on his tweet something that I had ready here for the stream before. You know, we've filled the CME gap. Now we can pump. And apparently, Bitcoin has pulled back a few hundred more dollars than here, right? Almost $1,000. I never check the CME gaps, guys. I really don't. BTC one. I don't even know what is the. Yeah, there it is. Bitcoin futures. Apparently, we had a CME gap here, and we have filled the gap, right, which was right over here, and we were getting a little bit of a bounce, but we did come down a little lower. I mean, some people like to get into long positions or shorts when you fill the gap. I really don't use it at all on any of my trading strategies. But anyway, some people find it helpful. I don't personally. We have new largest European telecom, Deutsche Telekom, will start mining Bitcoin. Largest European telecom is going to start mining Bitcoin. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. They're going to start mining Bitcoin. Very, very bullish indeed. So yeah, something interesting about comparing the Bitcoin and the gold ETFs. Shout out to this guy. I do follow him. He does post some very interesting stuff. Bitcoin ETF had 15.6 billion of net inflows since the launch 5 months ago, right? It took gold ETFs 4 years to get that amount of inflow. So you could say that Bitcoin is like gold on steroids, right? It's a much better version than gold, basically because it's digital, it's divisible, it's easy to send all around the world. The world is not ready for how BTC is about to explode. So gold ETF, we can see the first ETFs on gold being in 2004, and you can see 6-7 years of a huge major rally. It did go up 400% in a matter of about 7 years approximately. I think it peaked out in 2011 or so. So yeah, around about 7 years where it got over a 400% rally from the 2004 levels. In 7 years, 400%. Now ETFs have been approved on Bitcoin this year. I mean, if we were to get and it's moving much faster, as you can see here. Just in 5 months, we've achieved what gold achieved in 4 years. That is like 8 times faster, right? Almost 10 times faster. So could we reach these big, massive levels on, could we get a 400% increase on Bitcoin in the next 1 to 2 years? I mean, obviously that would take it to over $200,000. Definitely a possibility, guys. Something that we do need to take into consideration. We do live in a very unpredictable world. So either Bitcoin goes to zero or it goes to hero, right? So I'm in the camp that it's going to go to hero, guys. What do you think? What do you think? I'm going to ask this in a poll. It's a very silly question. Very silly question, but overall, we like silly questions sometimes, right? Bitcoin. To hero, to zero, or to hero? Let me know, guys. What do you think? And you let me know, zero or hero. And hero is, you know, we just continue to the upside to much higher levels. Mariela, love from Chile. Oh, you're in Chile right now. Absolutely amazing. Cryptic, Andy, why is XRP pumping and trending on Twitter? I have absolutely no idea. I have no XRP. I'm not interested on XRP, but XRP potentially has still most of its army still active. They're still alive. XRP army back in 2017, 2018, 2019 was massive. The XRP army, you could see them popping out all everywhere. It was insane, the army that XRP had. And they seem to kind of slowly disappear and start, you know, and they are dying during the last couple of years in this bear market as XRP did not reach its previous all-time high. So, I mean, it's not pumping that much. Bitcoin is pumping a little bit right now during the last few hours. So it is kind of recovering. Yeah, I wouldn't pay too much attention. You know, I'm not even going to do technical analysis on XRP. I hate the coin. Trump never said he hates Bitcoin. Well, he never said he hates it in those words. He basically said that he prefers the US dollar and he doesn't believe in Bitcoin. Okay, he hasn't exactly said that he hates Bitcoin, but yeah, he didn't like it anyway. Just got liquidated, says Brian Natal. Did you get into a short position? You must have got into a short position if you just got liquidated. This is really not a level to short, guys. It's not a level to short or a level to long. We need to get out of this range that we formed. Either down claiming the lows or either claiming the highs. Right now where we at, me personally, I don't see a good level to trade. Even though if it rolls down, it might roll down, it might break through. The trading setup this was a nice trading setup mentioned yesterday. This was a nice setup. You know, we had a nice invalidation. We had a 3-wave move up to the resistance level. Guys, you got a possible short to come down to 65K. This was a move of over $1,500 mentioned yesterday with the invalidation and all, guys. If you do see any channels that give you these setups, please let me know. I would be happy to follow them because it takes me quite a bit of time to analyze and provide it to you here for free. And I'm teaching you how to find those levels and how to fish on your own, obviously, right? Thank you, Andy, for the 500 that you never sent me as a lucky winner. Hey, get in contact with me right away. I've been telling you, get in contact with me. I had 5 people saying that they were 𝗖cie𝗺𝗺𝘶. And I was like, oh my goodness. We need to get into a Zoom call. Share with me your identification. Or basically what we can do is you write a comment. I got 5 people impersonating you. And I'm going to check right away if you are the official channel right now. Because I can check here on the stream. It's pretty crazy, guys. There's scammers everywhere. Christina, I'm going to let you know. Scroll down in the comment section. Go to the Discord, the free Discord, and tag me there, okay? I will see your comment on the Discord or go on the Telegram. If you can join the Telegram, even better. Go to the official community and tag me there, okay? And we can confirm I know your real channel and I know you can just comment again. We can verify it is you and then I'll send you the $500 worth of Bitcoin. Look, you need to get in contact with me. Or even though if you do put your wallet address right now in your comment section, because I know your official channel, I can see your channel, I can see how many subscribers that you have. So if you do put your Bitcoin wallet address in the comment section, I can verify it's your channel and your subscribers. I would prefer to you to get in contact with me. Hey, I got 5 people saying that they are 𝗖cie𝗺𝗺𝘶. You know, just imagine, just imagine. I need to verify that it is you, okay? Nothing else. Get in contact with me. I've got 5 people saying that they are you. Imagine, I've got people sending me bank statements and identification with your name. And I'm like, holy crap, these scammers are good. But until I cannot verify, okay, so the best thing is you write a comment as we are speaking on Telegram or on Discord, and I can see it's your official channel, and that is it. I don't want to send Bitcoin to a scammer, okay? So many scammers. It is insane. I got 5 people saying, hey, here's my wallet. I'm 𝗖cie𝗺𝗺𝘃. And they created a fake YouTube account. They're creating fake identification, bank statements. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is absolutely crazy. The best thing is to you comment, or get into a Zoom call, guys, to verify. I'm going to do KYC to send these $500 worth of Bitcoin. I need to do a KYC because it's absolutely crazy. Who is the real 𝗖cie𝗺𝗺𝘃? Hi, Andy. I don't have your Discord or Telegram official. Okay. Aditya, can you post? Make sure to join the official Telegram. Let me just send it right away, okay? I'll send it through the... and I'll show you the scams that I got, people impersonating you, okay? Let me just send you the official Telegram group here on the in the comment section, okay? Don't worry. Join, speak, and we'll get and I'll DM you, okay? Don't worry. But yeah, the scammers it's pretty insane. Let me just get the official Telegram group here. 1 second. I'm gonna get Aditya to send it. Yeah, there we go. If you are here, I don't have your Discord or Telegram official address. Just join the official Telegram right now. There we go. Aditya, thank you very much. Join the official Telegram and speak there right now, and we can. I'll get in contact with you as we finish the stream, okay? And I'll send you the Bitcoin, okay? We can verify right now together that it is you, okay? Not to worry. I gave you my bank statement to verify me. I got 3 people sending me bank statements and identification. Okay, so you actually talk to me. Talk to me right. Anyway, we'll sort that right now, okay? I'll talk to you right now. Thank you very much, people. I'm just, we got the giveaway here that needs to be done. Legends, that is basically it. A little bit of news, a little bit of price of Bitcoin. The levels have been provided. Make sure to pay attention in between today and tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining. Smash up the like button. Remember, my favorite exchanges, you have Bybit, 𝗬cie, and also Bluffing, no KYC, and it has the biggest bonus available. You got the link down below in the description here for Bluffing. Highest bonus available right now for your futures platform. Thank you very much. Bitcoin TA, we covered some news. I will see you guys tomorrow.